So just a few hours ago, Old School RuneScape received the first part of the upcoming Project Rebalance. And as you can imagine, anything Project Rebalance related can have a significant effect on the economy. And today we're going to find out shortly that, yeah, it sure did. So we're going to talk about a lot of items today, but we're going to start off with what the changes are today. Just simplified, the Scythe is getting a buff, and the Scythe Fang is getting a nerf. Specifically, the Scythe is getting 15 extra slash accuracy and being made a bit cheaper to use, where the Fang is getting its slash effectiveness pretty much removed. You'll no longer really want to use the Fang on slash. So pre-update, the Scythe was around 900 mil. Take your bets, everyone. Has it crested 1 billion gold? Is it 1.5 billion gold? Let's have a look. Well, that's strange. It's actually gone down in price. Well, you can see exactly when the update dropped. 2:30 a.m. Man, I gotta move to the East Coast. So it immediately jumped up by 100 mil, but then quickly fell back down and is starting to drop, which looks like pretty significantly. So what's going on here? Well, this all really boils down to how impactful the Scythe buff is. The price of the Scythe has been trending upwards a lot, and a lot of that is speculation. Now, before anything was mentioned regarding the Scythe buff, it was hovering around 500 to 600 mil. They mentioned it at Game Jam, immediately jumps up to 700, 800 mil, continues to go upwards. Once the Project Rebalance is solidified, jumps up even more, hits a bill for a couple days, and continues to trend upwards. So a lot of the hype and speculation was already priced in to the Scythe at 900 mil, which means once the update comes out, unless it is significantly stronger than people expect, it's actually likely to go down in price, which it looks like it is. On the flip side, we have the Fang, which so far has dropped from 28 mil down to 25 mil. Still not the lowest point it's been at. It's still higher than it was in December. These are just the initial few hours. We'll have to monitor it further, but the Fang could very well do something similar. I mean, yes, they have gutted the slash effectiveness, but that's mostly a Varlamore nerf, which is notable. But the Fang is still going to be incredibly good, so we'll have to see. Now, one kind of funny thing about this update, if we actually go ahead and look at it, under the section for the Scythe Fang nerf, they say this change lets slash weapons like the Blade of Saldor and Scythe really shine, making them a worthy investment once more. Funny choice of words, I think. So really the Blade of Saldor, just because it's mentioned in the blog, it's gone up by like 20 mil already. Tons of people are buying and trading this item right now. It's kind of funny, like, did the Blade of Saldor actually get any better in relation? I guess maybe marginally, but I think this hype and price change is probably more so just because they name dropped it in the blog, but we'll see if the Blade of Saldor is any amount better in relation. I just thought that was funny. Now, one other related item that jumped up a lot from today's update, the Bellator ring. This Desert Treasure 2 ring offers the best slash offensive bonus for a ring slot. I'm definitely parroting somebody on Reddit right now, but sure, attack accuracy in small doses doesn't make a significant difference, but when you're getting 15 from a Scythe buff, you're getting another significant chunk from the Bellator ring, it starts to add up, and the Bellator could be a much better option to use with the Scythe than it was before. People seem to think so because it's already gone up 15 mil. Now, as some of you know, personal finance is somewhat of a hobby of mine, or I guess a career if we count RuneScape personal finance, which of course we don't. But when I quit my full-time job to pursue YouTube, I wish I had something as useful as Rocket Money, today's video sponsor, because it would have saved me a ton of time and money. Rocket Money is an all-in-one personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. I recently imported all of my monthly expenses into Rocket Money, and I was shocked at some of the stupid things I was paying for every month, some of which I haven't used in over a year. But with Rocket Money, it makes it super easy to cancel unwanted subscriptions safely and securely with just a few taps. Now, once you've trimmed away all the unwanted stuff, next up is to start tracking your monthly expenses. Rocket Money has a robust set of tools that allow you to analyze your spending habits and create custom budgets that are unique to your own personal needs. So if you have to add in a budget line of $90 a month for RuneScape memberships, that's just what you gotta do. Rocket Money has helped save its customers on average $720 a year, with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Personally, really love Rocket Money, and I would highly recommend anyone to try it out. Go to rocketmoney.com/flipping or click the link in my description to get started today for free. And you can even unlock more features with Premium. Thank you so much to Rocket Money for sponsoring today's video. Another pretty interesting change that happened this week was to the Varlamore rewards. Now there's a new item coming into the game called Echo Crystals, and previously you were going to slot them into Guardian Boots, which if you look at Guardian Boots, that's why they've gotten so expensive this year, going from 2 mil up to 6-7 mil. But they decided after some internal feedback, it might make more sense to actually put them onto a shield. So the new suggestion is to be able to slot them into a couple different shields, most notably the Odium Ward and the Malediction Ward, alongside the Toxic Ill. Now this immediately shot up the price of the Odium Ward significantly. Can just see at the end here when the update came out, immediately jumped up to 7 mil and is currently still hovering around 5.3. Previous to that update it was only about 3.3, so the Odium Ward doubled in price. The Malediction Ward also doubled for a short period of time. And interestingly, the Guardian Boots actually haven't fallen that much yet. You might be kind of scratching your head as to why, but I believe the way the poll is going to work is if it passes a poll with the new shield suggestion, we're getting the shields. If it fails, we're getting Guardian Boots. So it's still kind of a toss-up on whether it's going to pass the poll, what's public sentiment here. It's kind of hard to tell. So the Guardian Boots haven't actually crashed back down to what they were previously, so we'll have to wait and see. Now another interesting story this month is a giant migration of players back to good old-fashioned Chambers of Xeric and Theater of Blood. With how expensive the mega rare items are from raids now, the profitability of the Theater of Blood and the Chambers of Xeric has actually exceeded that of regular expert Tombs of Maskets for the first time in a long time. Tob is getting close to about 10 mil per hour and Chambers of Xeric nearly 9 mil an hour, which is pretty insane. Now, due to that, certain items that are really useful within these raids have started to increase a lot. The Dragon Warhammer is up about 50-60% just in the last couple of months, which is kind of insane. Or for example, the Swift Blade, which is used in the Theater of Blood, nearly doubled in price this month, going from 10 mil up to 18 mil. Or for example, the Dragon Hunter Lance, which is up from 35 mil to 50 mil just in the last couple of months as well. Okay, so now to have a look at some more high volume, cheaper resource items. One item that a lot of people are talking about, and I still don't really have a strong explanation as to what's happening, the Astral Rune. The Astral Rune has gone from 60 GP up to 180, so tripling in price in just a month. That is absolutely crazy. No idea why. I mean, the volume is less, but not significantly less. I would have to assume bots getting banned, big bot farm. But Astral Runes have been under 100 GP ever since like the summer of 2022. So it's been a long time, but kind of out of nowhere, they just rocketed back up, which is actually pretty impressive that it can even change prices that quickly. Another item that's increased quite a bit in the last couple of months, the Shark and Raw Shark, going up about 50% in the last few months, which I think is also probably due to bots getting banned, because you can see the amount traded was definitely significantly higher during this dead period here versus now. There's like 30% less traded, so I would guess probably bots. Another completely crazy item that we should talk about, the Christmas Cracker. You probably haven't looked at this item in a minute, but they were 430k last week. That's insane. This month alone, they tripled in price. I didn't do the Christmas event, so I'm not sure how many Christmas crackers they were giving out, but they really didn't dip that far this Christmas and immediately rocketed up after. You might be wondering why Christmas crackers are worth as much at all, but I believe they're still used as part of gambling bots. Because you get a Christmas cracker randomly, there's still a bit of RNG in the game still, even though they removed most of it. The Christmas cracker being the kind of last standout here, although every single gamble, 400k just to do the roll, seems kind of expensive. But it looks like people are willing to pay that much. Another item that's almost doubled this month is the Truver Parchment, going from 600k up to about 1 mil. Now this is another case of this item being heavily botted. Like, look at the quantity increase just in 2023, going from about 3,000, 4,000 sold a week up to 16,000, 20,000. Like, that's 4 or 5 times more volume. And that's why the price tanked so much. So I'm assuming this price increase is mostly due to bots getting removed once again. So sometime mid-December is when this item started rocketing up. Astral Runes was around that time as well. So maybe some enhanced bot busting. It seems to line up. And finally, another item that has seen a giant increase as well, the Runescape Bond. I can't even believe what I'm looking at right here. Just 20 minutes ago, one sold for nearly 12 mil. It's kind of becoming a bit untenable to try to earn a bond from scratch. I don't know. This year, bonds really didn't fall off very much at all. They just continued to go up and up. Beginning of the year, they were worth 7 mil. End of the year, they're almost double. Combination of leagues, Premier Club, inflation is causing bonds to just rocket up. The amount of gold in the game, honestly, in general, just seems to be absurdly high right now. Bonds are 12 mil. Mega rare items are just continuing to go up. The Twisted Bow almost hit 1.7 bill this month. It seems like people have gold to play with and they're spending it. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for the market analysis for January. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's any items you want to discuss down below. It's possible I missed something, but anyway, I'll see you next month with another market analysis.